Let's look at one more option for the 1928 American Book of Common Prayer. Hello everyone. Back to the Book of Common Prayer for this week's episode. And I was recently made aware of another new option for the 1928 American Prayer Book. As you may or may not know, if you watch this channel at all, I tend to switch back and forth between the 1662 Book of Common Prayer and especially the relatively recent international edition put out by IVP. So the 1662, and there are other options for that too. Cambridge has an option for that. I'm sure you can find others. And the 1928 American Episcopal Church's Book of Common Prayer, which is a moderate revision of the 1662. Has some significant changes, but is still a wonderful prayer book and was the first one I really fell in love with. Anyway, I was made aware of a new option by R. Grant Jones in his wonderful channel, and he looked at this kind of palm size or hand sized production of Deus Publications. And you can see his, I'll try to put a link to his review of that. I may visit this for a review at some time soon also, but it's a nice, well-made production. I'm not going to focus too much on this today, but you may have seen a video of mine recently in which I had some perhaps less than glowing things to say about this prayer book or the organization from which I got it. Had a very difficult time getting it delivered, let's just say, but I'm not going to go back to that topic again. But this is another currently available option for 1928 American Prayer Book users, and this is distributed by, I'm not sure who printed it. It almost has a print-on-demand feel to it. The quality isn't superb. 1928 Prayer Book Alliance, who I believe is out of Maine, not out of New Hampshire any longer. This is a perfect bound, so not sewn. It is a, looks like a photographic kind of facsimile that uses the same facsimile as the Oxford, another currently manufactured and currently available 1928 prayer book. So same text block. This is on whiter paper. Not going to go into too much detail on that either. But as a viable option, this has issues because, one, it's not sewn, so its durability is very much in question. When you can get the Oxford, that's just a better choice. But R. Grant Jones' choice is certainly a viable option, as is its cousin from Deus Publications. This is the large print Book of Common Prayer, and it is a large book, which I do not mind. I do not need a hand-sized book. I mean, that's neat. But generally, I'm doing daily office, morning and evening prayer at home. So I'm sitting on my sofa or somewhere where I don't need to be carrying and lugging around a book. I have it nearby. I can place it on my lap or on a table. And size doesn't really come into play. It doesn't matter that much. But we'll look at the size of this book. It's obviously a hardcover. It's kind of a mahogany color, maybe 6 1/8 inches wide and 9 1/4 tall, roughly 6 by 9. And we're looking at 1 1/4 inches thick, as opposed as opposed to the Prayer Book Alliance book. This one is sewn. It's like sewn and then a healthy amount of glue added also, but it appears to be a sewn binding. It comes with 2 yellow ribbons. This one came with 2 black ribbons. They appear to be very similar in quality, actually, so that's a wash. No gilding on either. They both have very white paper. Actually, the head and tail bands look very similar, as does the material on the cover. So, well, actually, no. This one has more of a fake leather type texture to it, if you can catch that in the light, perhaps, while this one is completely smooth. Notice the difference in the cross, too. This is the cross you expect to see on a 1928 American prayer book, like the Oxford or like the church hymnal. No longer made, but you can find lots of them. Common Prayer, which, by the way, it's about the same size as the Oxford and as this Prayer Book Alliance copy. It's another option. Find it on eBay, whatever. But in terms of new books, this may be the best in terms of what I look for in a stay-at-home prayer book. Let's take a look at it. So, appears to be sewn binding. Let's see if I can see the stitching here. The page numbering is exactly the same as it is in all those other books I just showed. Same as the Oxford, same as the Church Hymnal Corporation, same as the Prayer Book Alliance copy. All the same. Same page numbering. This one, while it has the same page numbering, it doesn't look like it is from a photostatic copy. It looks like it was retypeset. I could be wrong on that. Let's take a look and see. It's approximately where we are in the church year here. Am I wrong? Is the page numbering not the same? It's the same. Maybe it is just a cleaner photostatic copy. It's hard for me to say. To me, the font looks a little different, but maybe this one is just more dense because of they increased the darkness of it. If you notice, this one, the print is lighter. The pages are a little whiter than this book, so still not a problem to read, and it's such a large print that I don't think it'll be an issue, but it is lighter text. It's almost a light gray. And there is some non-uniformity as you look through it. You can see some pages are darker than others. Even on the same page, there's some variability. So I'm not certain whether this was a photostatic copy or whether they retypeset it. Now that I see that they're exactly the same, it makes me think maybe they did use an actual copy. Anyway, you can see it lies flat, perfectly flat right at the beginning and all the way to the end. Articles of religion, everything is exactly the same as in the Oxford and as in the other books. So the inside, no difference between all these different volumes I've shown here. In terms of currently made prayer books, 1928 American, this one's easiest on the eyes, as in literally easiest on the eyes. Large print, a well-made book, well put together, should last you a lifetime. like the Oxford, but with bigger print. Much better put together, I think, than this Prayer Book Alliance copy. Easier to read than this. Now, if you like the cute little hand-sized vest pocket, stick in your back pocket prayer books, and the 1928 American Prayer Book is your prayer book of choice, well, there are other options for you as well. Check eBay and such like. But in terms of readability, durability, endurance, this is probably the best option. And I didn't say, if you were to buy each of these new from their respective organizations, they're about the same price. You get a much finer product here from Deus Publications than from the Prayer Book Alliance. Just saying. So there you go. Another option for you prayer book devotees. Thanks for watching this, and we'll probably visit this at some point also, although our Grant Jones did a fantastic review, a very in-depth review, so maybe not in-depth, but we'll take a look at this. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you here again next time.